Ty, was it a player, the wall, just the fans in general that swayed you to keep Zoo in for that final minute there?
Yeah, I usually don't like doing that. Bad karma. But like I said, he had a chance earlier. I think this year I took him out, so I was giving him one more play, and Bogey, with a big shot to give it to him. So that was huge for Zoo, and like I said, huge for our team, just the morale of our team, and where we're at right now. Like I said, I like where we're at.
And I just want to check in on Nico. Obviously, he left the game early. Is there any concern that he's going to?
I'm not sure yet. I know it's just a little growing, but I'm not sure how severe it is right now.
Coach, with 2 games left, you mentioned about taking care of business, controlling what you guys can control, not really paying attention too much to the standings. What does it mean to have guys like James and Kawhi to kind of lean on, knowing what's at stake here in the next few days or so?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, 2 veteran guys that's been there, seen a lot of different things, throughout the course of their career. And so having those 2 guys lead us, it's good for us. Like I said, the main thing is those 2 guys just staying healthy, and it's going to be an exciting run. So we'll see what happens.
Coach, you're someone who likes perfection. You guys playing so well right now. Are there any things that you're seeing from the team where you're like, oh, we really got to fix this as we get there to the playoffs?
Yeah, I talk to the team at the end of the game. I usually don't do a lot of talking after the game, but just we got to get back to our defensive identity. We've kind of let our guards down because of, guys are being out or whatever it may be, but we got to have the same approach every single night. And sometimes when you're scoring easy, it kind of lets your guard down defensively, but where we're trying to get to, where we're trying to go, you can't do that. So our identity every single night has got to be defense. We got to have that mentality every time we step on the floor. And I think we've been lacking lately, so we just got to be better with that.
Ty, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but is it hard to keep guys engaged when you're playing teams that are missing players at this point in the season? They can see the finish line, just ahead of them.
I don't know. I'm engaged, so I'm trying to win every game. But like I said, it can be hard, but we still got to have the right mindset. We got to be professional about it. We know they have 6 or 7 of their players on the floor, and I told you before the game, they have a good young nucleus, good young guys that play hard, play with pace, can shoot the basketball, can attack, and like I said, they play well tonight. And like I said, Ime has been playing well and playing hard as well.
Ty, how have you seen Zoo grow as a passer?
Just working with Larry Nager, working with Larry Drew, just taking his time. He's always been good in the pocket versus blitzes and stuff like that, but now with the post doubles, just taking his time, understanding where the double teams are coming from, and making the right pass and right play. And so he's definitely got better with that. But I credit to J. Larry Nager and Larry Drew.
Hey, how you doing, man? Coach, Derrick Jones Jr., he's been very efficient, necessarily defense and things like that, but coming in, he wasn't really known as being a three-point shooter. Looking at him shoot that 3 ball from the corner and being a high percentage shooter this year, how does that make you feel when you see that 3 ball goes in?
Makes me feel good. But he works on it every single day. Him and J. Larry Nager again, putting the work in every single day. They got those little small hoops that I don't know all that stuff they got, but he's there every day, committed to it every single day to be a good shooter. He understands that, teams are going to, help off him a little bit, and just got to be ready to step up and knock it down with confidence. He's been doing that for us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
About the game, I just got to ask about the shoes again. Just what went into wanting to do that for everybody, and then also just what can you say about this new colorway?
I wanted everybody to feel that same aura, that same swagger I've been having all year. Just my own shoe and just the design process, the marketing process, everything behind it, the shoe. So it's been going on this last home game, and it was an opportunity to, make sure everybody feel like I feel, and walk around with some swag. And so that was the reason behind it, and I feel good.
You're playing tonight one of the top teams, and you find out earlier that they're sitting a lot of their big players. What are your thoughts when you find that out?
Yes, I'll win the game.
Ty said that you guys have to get back to the defensive mindset.
Yeah.
Where did that kind of slip?
It's just, 2 back-to-backs in a row. It's just, it's kind of foggy, but whatever. The most important thing is we win the game, and Friday's gonna be another tough game for us, and trying to find ways to win. But we know our backbone will be our identity is the defensive end. You know what I mean? So we just watch the film and get better and be ready to go Friday.
Everybody's been asking about, or you guys talking about, your impact on your teammates. How's this team this year kind of impacted you? How do you feel like it's changed you?
Man, it's special. Just really just giving yourself up for something bigger. And coming into the season, there's no expectation for this team for real. You know what I mean? Like, look at the standings. They predicted us to be, 13th seed or 12th seed in the West or whatnot. But just being around these guys from day one, started in Arizona when I put the mini camp together, but then going into the training camp and seeing that we got some special, like we got some dogs in this locker room, you know what I mean? So just building that mindset and us coming together really as a team, going to Hawaii, playing those preseason games, things like that really brought us together. And so, here we are with an opportunity to be, top, 4 or 5 seed in the West and, have a pretty good run in this postseason. So, they've been impacting me in a positive way. They made me lock in both ends of the ball, and then really just have that competitive mindset. To want to go out there and do whatever it takes to win, and that's the beauty of a team.
James, this is kind of a perfect end to the homestand and Sue's kind of year here with the first career triple double for him. It's kind of a perfect end to the homestand, and now Zeus play with the first triple double.
Yeah, I mean, Zeus, I've said it numerous times, Zeus has been playing unbelievable, and for him to get his first career triple double was unbelievable. I mean, what shoes he had on, right?
Which one?
Hellcats.
I wanted to, Ty Lue wanted to sub me out, then everyone was like, no, and he asked me on the next day. But, no, I wanted it. I told Bogey, I'll get it to you. You got to shoot it no matter what. And he did. Bogey is a big shot maker. So told him he's never paying dinner again. But I'm glad he made that shot.
Does it show how much you've come offensively to
I guess.
offensive categories?
I guess. It's nice. Triple double, 10 assists. It's nice. Feel more and more comfortable passing the ball, getting double, being patient, and finding the
Zoo, what do you think's been the turning point for you guys over the stretch? Because coming out of that tough stretch out of the All-Star break, you have that rough game in Phoenix.
Sticking with it. Getting healthy, getting guys healthy. We coming out of All-Star break, we had some guys hurt. Struggled a little bit, but we stick with it. We knew guys are going to get back. We just knew we got to stick together. That we were good enough to win games. That's it.
Everybody's so tightly bunched. Are you in a playoff position? Are you the kind of guy that if whatever happens, or are you analyzing the numbers?
I'm the kind of guy that's win every game that's in front of us and see what happens. There's nothing to be smart about. Just got to win games, and whatever happens, happens.
Does this feel kind of like a perfect wrap to the regular season and the homestand with how well you've played with your first career triple double? Kind of feel like a little bow on top of that.
Felt great. I don't know if it's perfect, but felt great. We've been playing great at home the whole year. The fans have been amazing. We got real home crowd advantage, home court advantage, and it was great to last regular season game to finish on this triple double.
So I asked you a couple weeks ago, this is the start of your yoga chart, and you left.
Started mine.
Did you think that was something achievable for you, even going back? Did you think this kind of night was achievable for you to have a night with a triple?
Yeah. I didn't know if it was ever going to happen, but I always knew I was a solid passer, and with teams doubling me now, and just playing out of delay action a lot, being involved in a lot of DHOs, and just getting in the right angle, and having a guy like Norm, James, Kawhi, Bogey coming out from those DHOs, shooting the ball, going downhill, making shots. pretty easy.
You talked to Derek about the lob. He said, "I've been telling Zoo, if I'm in there, throw it up."
Yeah, no, he's been amazing cutting from that corner on the doubles, and most of the year I've been kind of hitting him, throwing that bounce pass. But last few games, kind of guys didn't really commit a lot, so my only option was to throw the lob, and I know DJ is going to get it no matter where I throw it. And the one he caught tonight, he was in the air for like 5 seconds. I threw it so late, and he still got it. So I think there's going to be more of those coming.
Did you tell James you better watch out on the triple double this time?
No, but no. That's it.
Okay, thanks, Sue.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What have you thought about his game, his development since he's been in the league?
I mean, tonight he had an opportunity to showcase his talent, and he did a great job doing it. Just developing a shot, his handle, just getting more comfortable doing it on both ends of the floor.
So I talked about getting back to the defensive mindset that you guys, your identity. How important is that for you guys?
That's very important. I mean, that's how you win games on the defensive end. Getting easy baskets and transition, rebounding the ball after they miss once, and it's a bigger part of what we do.
Where do you see that has slipped?
I think it's just been the last 2 games, really. I think we did a pretty good job with Dallas. But we don't have time to, have slippage with, missing coverages and things like that. If guys get hot and we're doing what we're doing, then that's a different story.
Ty said it was a morale boost to see Zoo get that triple-double and everybody kind of get excited for him. I know we've asked you about him a lot this year, but what do you think that moment was like, seeing him get that triple-double?
It was great. Ty did. He's a great coach for just keeping him in and able with him to get that opportunity. It just shows how his growth has been all year, and his patience in the post and making passes and getting comfortable.
Cool. I remember after the Phoenix game, kind of how frustrated Ty was and how the locker room felt after there, and the run that you guys have been on since. Was that a turning point for you guys, or is there something deeper or simpler?
I think we're all trying to just get better. It takes time, and we're able to find a rhythm. Guys getting back in the lineup, and like I said, we're playing together, getting that team chemistry, and making what's best of it.
Kawhi, is there anything you're kind of most proud of in this stretch where you guys have won 16 of the last 19 games?
I'm just happy that we're able to get the wins, really. Especially in this crunch time situation. And, we have 2 more games left in the season, so we got to keep getting better.
I'll send you